Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Undressing the Beef.
Hey!
That was a good one. That was a good
one. Normally he does it by himself.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's your host.
Birthday. Oh, yeah. It's my what?
It's the host.
Oh, yeah. But they should know who I am. I'm Carlos.
But just
the
in case.
Main host.
And I am the main host.
You're the assistant to the main host.
Vanessa. If you know, you know.
So, yeah.
Cheers. Happy Labor Day. Today we're filming on Labor Day.
Yeah, it is Labor Day. We've absolutely wasted today.
I have not. I was actually productive a little bit in the morning. You, on the other hand, took like a bunch of cat naps.
Yeah, which probably didn't work in my favor.
No, you and Frida, which, by the way, here's our mini co-host.
Yeah, Frida.
Is
she on frame?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, nice.
You guys, like, partnered up and just took naps all day. Look at her. She's about to take another nap right now.
But, yeah, we're going to keep switching up a little bit of the angles.
Yeah, we're trying something.
Last week, you got a little bit too much leg and a little bit of head because I was chopped off already. If you watch the videos. If you don't, well, that's what happened.
You missed some leg action.
You were just, like, chilling, like...
I really was chilling. Like, I mean, I still am chilling, but no, I saw the video, the clips that I was uploading on TikTok. I was like, whoa. I'm like...
It looks so, like, unprofessional.
Hey, we're not professional whatsoever. Look at our back.
But, yeah.
We're home. We're filming this in our living room, so there's nothing professional about this.
No, but it was just, like, we didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, I was there, like, my thigh was showing.
You think your underwear was showing in one clip?
Maybe,
like
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. And then my shorts, like, just rode up.
I feel like you did that on purpose.
No. I did that, but not knowing that.
He was just trying to promote his OnlyFans, guys.
Hey, if anybody's wants to sign up, I'll keep it free for a couple months. Then I'll charge.
Then we'll switch over to Patreon.
No, OnlyFans.
Only OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were just, like, out, like...
I know. I always look like a mess. Out. Hey, what is that supposed to mean?
Let me take that back. Anyways, I feel like so much has happened. When did we record that? It was like a week or two. That was a week ago, right?
I felt like 2.
Maybe it was 2.
We're not consistent. If you guys have noticed, like, we're not consistent whatsoever. But also, like, Carlos works a lot. So whenever he does get the chance to, like, all right, I feel good, let's record, and then he edits, so, you know.
Not only that, but lately, there's been a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, if you heard our last podcast, you heard that we announced that we are going to be papas.
Yeah. Parents. We also found out the sex.
Yes.
You want to say it now? Or?
Yeah.
Before we say sex, though. Okay, yeah, go ahead. We are having...
Wait. Before we announce it, I just want to say that I was right and Carlos was wrong. We're having a girl.
We are, and I am happy.
I'm going to zoom in. You know what? Let me edit this podcast because I want to zoom into your face.
No, I am happy. I wanted a kid. I got a kid. So far we have picked his gender. It's 2022. They have to pick their own gender.
Right.
That was a joke. Anyways,
no, so I was right because I said from the beginning that it's going to be a girl, and the reason I said it was going to be a girl, even though like I would have been happy with whatever, right? Boy, girl, whatever. But I said it was going to be a girl because Carlos has a past of being a hoe. So you know what they say? Hoes get girls as their firstborn child. And my theory has been proven 3 times already. You're the 3rd.
Yeah, but that doesn't even... No. Like, I don't believe in that.
You don't, but I do. And therefore...
Okay. Anyways.
I'm right.
It was funny because obviously, like... I wanted a boy. Mm-hmm. My brother wanted a boy. So we were both equal.
Boys just wanted boys and girls wanted girls. Like, that's it. Literally. You don't need to go by one by one.
My dad wanted a girl. And my mom...
No comment.
My mom did a whole...
She's going to play the Uno card.
Yeah, reverse psychology on whoever decides.
She's funny.
She was like, I'm going to have a boy. No, what'd you say? It's a boy. But she's only saying that because every time she said it was a girl,
No, every time she wanted a girl,
Yeah,
it came out as a boy.
and us
So
three
she
boys.
didn't want any of her kids. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Technically, and all three of us were boys. So now this time came around, and she was like, "No, it's a boy. I want a boy. I want a boy." Then she told me like one time, she's like, "Yeah, because every time I want a girl,
We were
I
together.
get a boy." Yeah. So I was like,
Yo,
"Oh,
he always does this where he was just like, "Oh yeah, this happens," and I was like, "Dude, I was there. Like, you always just take me out of the picture."
I have ADHD, so I forget who's there."
Whatever. But
Anyway,
yeah,
so she
said
did
that.
hold, reverse psychology, and I don't know. I think she still wanted a girl. My dad was like the most sentimental one. Like, he was about to start crying, and then that's when I just like walked away. I was like, "No, we're not crying over this."
I have no comment.
You do have a comment.
No.
Anyway.
I just don't say comments about your dad.
Yeah, my dad's so sensitive, but he will beat us. Like when we were young, he would beat us, right?
We've talked about this, by the way. I don't know what podcast number it was.
Did we really?
Yeah, you talked
And
about
how he
your
would
dad.
cry?
Huh?
How he would cry after?
I don't even remember if you said that.
So my dad would beat me and my brother, my older brother. Whether because we were fighting or we did something wrong, we got our mom mad, whatever reason it was, he would beat us, right? We would cry, and he would leave us in the room crying. Also, he wouldn't beat us like severely. He would spank us. Let me say spank. Sounds less abusive. But he would hit us. He would spank us. We would cry. He would go to his room, and then like literally like 10 minutes later, my mom would be like, "Oh, your father wants to speak with you guys." So we'd go
Your
like,
father.
like fucking boogers running out our nose. Then he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he'd start crying. He would start crying because he felt bad. But I'm like, "Bro, you beat us. Like, this isn't the first time you cried. This is like the 10th time. Like, at what point do you just not hit us?" But he would just like break that. Like, he would just cry after. But he would always hit us after. Not after he cried, but
Yeah.
like, thinking back at it now is like kind of funny. No.
And now he still cries. At
Yeah,
everything.
now he cries at everything.
No comment again. I'm gonna
Just
be nice.
make a comment. There's a whole thing.
No, I can't say it.
Why?
Because he's my father-in-law.
So he doesn't care.
He doesn't listen.
Yeah, he doesn't listen.
No, watch this one clip go.
But what are you? Because you got hit, right?
You said you got slapped.
Yeah.
No, I got beaten. There's a difference.
Huh?
I said there's a difference. You said you got slapped.
Well, I got spanked.
I got beaten.
Like, beating means like with a closed fist.
Yeah, and I was purple and blue.
Whoa, your dad hit you with a closed fist?
Yeah.
Yo. Steve, that's fucked up. Wait, for real?
Yeah, but we're not talking about this, okay? This
Why,
is,
you don't
if you
wanna
want to
cry?
leave it for another day.
You don't
we
wanna cry?
could. We're talking about our child.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
You're
we're going
getting
to
off
beat our
topic.
child, and then
What?
I'm going to cry. I'm just kidding.
No, you can't be laughing.
No. But yeah, that was my whole. My dad's like all sentimental.
Yeah.
But he's always kind of been like that. But now he's just nice and sentimental. Before he used to be mean and sentimental.
So he changed.
Yeah, a little better, I guess.
But either way, everybody is thrilled to have a grandchild approaching soon.
For
my mom
real.
was super excited to have a girl. It's funny because I went to Texas last weekend? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was 2 weekends ago that we last filmed. I went to Texas and everybody there was asking me like, "Oh, do I know the gender? Do I know the gender?" No, I don't. When we came back, literally, I think it was Monday or Tuesday we found out.
Yeah, it was like early during
So
the
it was
week.
like 2 days after I came back from Texas, and then we found out the gender. I was like, "Oh, that's so funny." But while we were talking in Texas, my mom was like, "Honestly, I'll be happy with whatever, right? A boy or a girl." She's like, "But girls. The only thing is, it is a little bit tougher with girls because you do have to protect them or like give them more information about like the danger."
Yeah.
It is more, obviously, as a woman, it is more difficult to live in a world. This is not a very fun world.
Yeah.
But and then I don't know why, but this like brings in like the topic that we wanted to discuss, because I've been binging actually Law and Order, SVU especially.
Okay, leave it there. Keep going with what you were going with. Like, don't go into the topic.
I don't get where you want me to go.
What were you talking about with your mom in Texas? Everybody was asking you.
Yeah, that she was saying, like, with girls, you do have to teach them more, you know, to be alert, to be like, excuse me, to be alert, to be like, you have to be more cautious around your surroundings, you know, because you're a woman, this might happen, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, so, you know, that's the only bad thing. But other than that, she was just like, I would be happy with.
And your sister was happy?
Yeah.
I feel like every girl was just happy.
Yeah.
Your brother was a little like, oh.
Well, my brother, he's like not sentimental whatsoever. I mean, when he found out I was pregnant, he was like, wow.
Yeah, it's always just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like your dad.
Yeah. Same thing. And so then it's funny because when I did, like, we didn't share how we found out the gender, right?
No.
It was nothing exciting, guys. Like, I don't do exciting things.
We were trying to go out for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Then have one of her friends buy like a soccer ball with the powder in it, and I would kick it.
And then it would poop.
Yeah, before dinner, and then we'd go eat dinner.
Yeah. But we were so impatient that we decided to find out through like the message that they sent us.
Yeah, they sent the email, and we were just like, oh, and I was like, I kind of want it, but I want to know now.
Yeah.
But it's so, plus that's another thing, like, us and surprises are just not good.
Suck.
I can buy her a gift like a week, 2 weeks before.
And he'll give it to me the next day.
Because I'm just so excited. I don't know. We're terrible at surprises.
Terrible. But yeah, so we found out, and it was actually kind of cute. Like, I actually enjoyed the way we found out because it was just me, you, and Frida. And then, like, we recorded our reaction, which if you want me to share it, I will share it on TikTok now that
if you follow
we're
us.
posting it. Because I haven't even announced it online, actually. Only, like, a few people know the actual gender. So I think this would be, like, a good, you know, video to bring it. But anyways, where was I going? Oh yeah, so we just found out through that way, and then it was literally a couple minutes before Party City was gonna close, and Carlos was like, oh, let's go to Party City and get like he wanted to get a confetti, but I was like, my god, you want to clean that up?
Yeah, I wanted to get something because I was like, I don't want to just tell my parents.
Right.
I want to kind of just have like not like a little game, but just a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Telling them instead of just being, oh, it's a girl. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, you can open the email only if
we go to Party City.
And
I was like, deal.
We had like 30 minutes and we got there
literally
like 10, so.
Everything's back close to us. So we got like a little party hat, and then we found like the sequence things. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen those pillows that have those little sequence things. If you put your hand down, it's one image, and then you put your hand up, it's like another image.
Yeah.
So something like that in a heart, and it says like it's right, and then when you put your hand up, it changes to girl and pink
or boy.
Yeah. So we got one of those, which is pretty cute.
So yeah, we got that. We sent the video to a couple friends.
Just one.
Well, they're two.
Okay.
So they're a couple.
Okay, you're right.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we just FaceTime our family, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they found out.
Yeah.
And then that was like the next day when I saw them, my dad was like ready to cry, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Because I don't do good with those things.
We're not sentimental people either.
But you're more sentimental than me.
Yeah, I'm a little bit.
I'm just like, yo, if it doesn't, as fucked up as it sounds, like, if it doesn't involve me or, I don't even know how to say this.
Anyways.
Yeah, like, I just don't care.
So, yeah, so we told our family through FaceTime. My best friend, obviously, she had access to my portal thing, so she found out through that because I told her to check. Yeah.
And this leads up to it's a girl.
Yeah.
And Vanessa watches
so
much Law and Order. And I'm just like, bro, like.
Mind you, he's watched a couple video of like episodes here and there, like, because we've been together for years now, so it's not my first time watching Law and Order around him. But I feel like you have a different perspective now. Yeah,
because now it's like, I'm going to have a girl.
Yeah.
And all those episodes are about, like, girls.
Yeah.
Now, when it's adults, it's like, whatever. But when it's about, like, little girls, I'm just like...
Oh, so you're talking about the episodes that bring in children.
Yeah, that's like, dude, how... Because I don't know how I would compose...
Yeah.
Keep my composure.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like, all right. I don't know. It's just... I don't like watching that shit no more.
I know. He'll be like, can you change it to something else? And I'm just like...
Because
No.
it's scary. Yeah, when you really think about it, it's like,
It is scary, and to be honest, like I actually started watching Law and Order when I was like a little bit. I think I was just going to high school. This is when it was like a thing in
Yeah.
high school, right? I remember watching these episodes, and they kind of just really made me like open my eyes, like, oh. And also, this is like another thing, like we both grew up in a Latino household, but I was never actually informed of like the stranger danger kind of aspect.
yeah.
Like, you know, my mom would just, or yeah, it was mostly my mom who would do the talking. She would just be like, you know, don't say anything, just like mind your business, whatever. But she never explained.
They never explain, but when you were at a store or out, would they ever be like, oh, that man, if you don't behave, that man's gonna take you?
Yes, they would say that.
So that kind of gets in your head, like, bro, fucking all these strangers are trying to take me. Because that's how I grew up too. Like my parents would be like, oh, they're gonna take you. So I wouldn't talk to no stranger. So I feel like I would, you know, like it stays in your head, like everyone's trying to take me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard of it, but I never thought of it like that.
No.
No.
For me, it was like that because I got lost at a mall when I was young, and they would try to help me, and I wouldn't like. I would just walk away, run away, even though security. Like I would have gotten found way earlier.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, there's strangers that are trying to take me. And then till they actually just caught me.
Yeah. But like because I started watching Law and Order, it, like I said, it did open up my eyes to like it's not just somebody taking you and then you know what happens after. There's so many scenarios that they play. And I think that's also where like my I don't want to say addiction, that sounds weird, but like my liking for like crime shows, you know, serial killer documentary started because that's where I like went in a rabbit hole. But it was good for me to know because again I was never informed as to like why people or like how could people take you. And like it's crazy because majority of these episodes it's always like somebody that you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like mind blowing because you think like you're supposed to respect your family, you're supposed to respect the elderlies, whatever, blah blah blah. But then there's always that one person that can be a really bad seed.
Yeah, they're just sick.
Yeah.
And to that point, it's like, well, how would I react?
Right. And you think to yourself, like, you're young, nobody told you anything about this. Like, why would somebody who's my family, why would they hurt me? You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's things that doesn't come to
and
your
also,
mind.
yeah, when then at one point I was like, okay, we can't watch this in front of our kid.
Yeah.
But you were like, no, we should let her watch it. And then I was like against it until I saw one episode where it was about the little kid that got taken. Mm-hmm. When he was in school, and then the guy was like, "Oh, your mom told me to pick you up."
Oh, where he was like, "I went to your house once." Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
where he was very naive.
Oh yeah, he was like, "I fixed your sink or something."
Yeah.
He was like, oh, "Okay," and I was like, "Yo, how are they so stupid?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "You know what? I need to watch this and be like."
No, you're not saying the name.
Oh. Okay.
Our kid.
That's when I was like, okay, our kid needs to watch this, and she needs to realize that
this could happen.
That it could happen, and she can't be that naive.
Remember that episode, if you guys do watch Law & Order, it's about this kid who got, quote, kidnapped, but it was planned by the father, and he wanted to make the mother look bad or whatever. But there was this, remember I told you, I was like, no, we want to do the password method, where like the password's only known between like parents, one trusted person, like if they do ever need to pick them up, and obviously from the kid, and then the kid would be like, what's the password? If they know the password, then okay, it's safe.
That the one that I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah.
I thought the mom was the one that.
No, it was the dad who actually ended. I don't think. Oh, you fell asleep.
Maybe.
The dad was actually the one who planned the kidnapping, but he made it look like it was
the mom. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
What assholes.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't know. We're having a kid. I feel we've had.
There's a lot of things to think about, but again, because women have it much harder in the world, it's stuff that we really have to think about. and we want to make sure like she's aware, you know.
Yeah, especially like when they're like in the teenage years, and then there's like where the guys are like the girl.
I'm very fortunate that like, even though I had very minimal, you know, talk about like stranger danger or like being out later. I mean, I did have a strict father that barely let me go out while I was in high school. I'm not saying I never did, but I, you know, when I did go out, I wasn't the best kid, right? However, I was always good around with my surroundings, and that would go the same thing for my best friend. Like me and my best friend, sometimes we would end up in bubble fuck, but we would still like, if we felt like something was sketchy or like something wrong, we wouldn't go any further. We were just like, no, we want to go back home, or like just drop us back off.
No,
or like,
okay.
or we even ended up like scratching up some, we found money in our bags and we're like, no, we'll just take a taxi. Like we took a lot of our own transportation to wherever the hell we needed to go to, as long as we were like safe. And if like we lived in the same town at the time, and so if I had to walk from her house or if she had to walk from my house, we would always be texting each other on the way to home, because sometimes she would go home late. We would go home to each other's home like
And where they lived is like
bad. So
and she's always lived over there.
yeah,
And that's like deep. Like,
Yeah.
people got shot there.
yeah.
I remember one time.
And so we would always text each other, like, you know, or like stay on the phone call, and then once we got home, we would be like, okay, I'm home.
Okay.
Okay, good. So like those are small things that we always like made sure that we were safe. One time I'm not gonna say her name just in case if she doesn't want to share the story, but we were being followed by somebody at the mall. You know those
Okay.
people that like try to sell candy?
Oh, like for school and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, this is my basketball team? Like, okay.
They'll be like, oh, it's $1 for a candy bar, whatever. So in high school, well, even now, my best friend, she has a pretty good figure, right? She has, you know. So after they spoke to us, that's when they started following us. And mind you, we're in high school. We really didn't have money. We would just go to the mall because it was the thing to do back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's always
Right.
that's the only thing you can do.
So we would go to the mall, but obviously not intending to buy anything. We were just chilling with friends. But at the time, it was just me and her. And after that guy approached us, like, okay, you guys want to buy bunny? We were like, no, we don't have money. So whatever, we walked. But then we felt like, you know when you feel somebody staring at you? Yeah, he was following us. And then we would try to lose him. I remember we went into Hollister, because you know how Hollister was super dark back in the days.
Yeah.
We would go into Hollister. I think we ended up being safe in Macy's, because you know how they have like 4 floors.
Yeah, okay.
So we would go into dressing rooms, bathrooms, and then once we felt safe, we ended up actually just going home, because we were like, nah, we don't want to.
And was this an older guy?
Yeah.
That was funny because it was always like the older people trying to
Yeah.
sell for like. I was like, bro, you don't even go to school no more.
Right. So, but it's funny, they always had it like in those little baggies instead of the box,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in school
yeah.
would normally do. They have them in those little bags. But yeah, like I said, we always watched our surroundings and shit like that.
That's good. And see, as a boy, like you don't
think about those things.
You don't think about those things.
Exactly.
And just think of what I went through.
Like you also weren't
Now when I think back, it's like, okay, I got like, you know,
yeah.
there's trauma there, but so it's like, okay, imagine if I was like a girl. That would have been so much worse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So that I feel like that's my whole thing. It's not because I didn't want a girl, because I'm just scared to have a girl in this world nowadays. Because it's so much worse now.
It is worse. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we definitely are trying our best to prepare her.
Yeah, so we will do our best.
Because you never, ever know. And I think, for me personally, the one that I hope never, ever happens is if it's something like family. Like, that one, I don't know. I remember you said, when you watched that episode, or somebody... We watched an episode where it was in the family, and you were like, dude, I don't know. I think I would actually go see red or go red. I don't know.
No, I said I would go red with regardless.
Oh, regardless. Oh, okay. I don't know if it's because we watched that episode and then you said that after.
There's so many episodes, I don't even know. But for me, my problem is, like, you remember me always as having, what's that word? Patience. Mm-hmm. Right? Never getting angry.
No, he's pretty good at that.
I had anger problems when I was younger.
I can't picture you. Like,
No, I would see red and I would either punch the walls, punch people, go to violence or whatever.
when you
Yeah,
were-
like when I was angry, I would see red. And whenever I started having those panic attacks, that's when I started controlling all that with my
yeah?
breathing.
Oh.
So now I don't know if you ever see me like just inhale a lot or strong
Probably like once or twice.
when I'm mad or when I'm supposed to be mad, it's because of that. So if that happens and it's my kid and something like that happens, I feel like
You would lose
I would
it.
see red.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is. And it's like, as bad as it sounds, I feel like I wouldn't kill for you, but I would probably kill for my kid.
Yeah. Because it's different. Like,
Yeah.
it's your kid. Yeah.
Especially if it's a girl.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ugh. And then it comes back to like, I don't even know if I should bring this up, but do you remember when there was an issue at the church that we used to go to?
There was a lot of issues,
No,
boy. You have to be
but a
specific.
big issue about something like this with a little girl.
Oh. Okay, I remember now which one you're talking about.
That, and then I thought about that, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what I would do, because they took it very calmly.
They took everything very calmly.
No, but I'm talking about like the little girl's parents.
I know, but go ahead. Continue.
So I was like thinking about that. It's like I wouldn't be able to do that. I would go and just start singing.
Me too, if I was a guy.
And there was
Actually,
also
if I was a
another
woman-
instance that happened. Our church was a lot.
That's what I'm telling you. I want to do an episode about the
It's
church,
just-
but this guy, he's afraid. I don't know what he's afraid
No,
of.
I'll
I just
do
want
it.
to
It's
go
just out of
in.
no, because you want to go in, but at the same time, like, yeah, I want to go in too. But that church helped me a lot.
I mean, it did. No, God helped you.
Yeah, but I found God through the church.
Yeah,
That
therefore.
church. Because I've been to other churches before that one that didn't do anything.
Anyways. We can have a guest who also has been there before.
That would be interesting. There's another instance.
Wait, I think we should actually bring that up to him. Be like, yo, we're thinking of doing an episode of...
I don't know. It's just
Would you be down to...
there's another instance. Do you remember when someone got beat up outside?
No.
Bro, you don't remember?
Who is it? You can cut this out.
No. I don't know their names, so I don't want to drop their name. But there's 3 of them.
You can cut
There's 3 of them.
the brothers.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
the middle one.
Yo, he's always getting into problems.
He got punched outside. I think they like laid him out outside
By
by
who?
someone that used to go there.
Who?
He's an old man. He was a man in his like mid-20s at that point, right? And that girl wasn't even 16 yet.
Bro, he used to hit on me and I was like 14, 15.
I know, but they used to meet
But-
at the mall.
Oh.
That's why he went to the thing.
Oh.
Because do you remember the other girl? I need to learn
Yeah.
how to bleep
Yeah.
out shit here.
You don't know how to do it?
No, I know how to delete it. She would take the other girl and then they would go. I'm pretty sure it was the 2 brothers that were meeting up over there.
Shut up. For
I'm
real?
pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure about the
It's juicy info, so I'm going to pretend it's real.
so.
Just kidding. They would go to the mall.
And he would go to the school. He would go to her school to like pick her up.
That's weird.
Okay, and I think that's what was like. Yo, the dad was like, "Yo, stop! Like, stop it!"
Yeah.
And he wouldn't. To the point where,
It was like kind of like stalkerish kind
well,
of
not
vibes.
stalkers, because she was willing to go.
Oh.
So she was willing to go with him. Because whenever they snuck out, it was to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, he just punched him. Like, laid him out. And then he walked inside. Holding his ribs. So much happened there.
Good for him, though. Because when he tried to be like, oh, do you want to be a girlfriend? I was like, no. And that's it.
Yeah.
I cut it short. I was like,
And that was the middle one or
The middle
the
one.
youngest one?
No, the middle one. The one that's with, who has a child with.
Wait, he's the middle one?
Yeah, he's the middle one.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're
No, he got punched.
Oh.
He's older,
Yeah.
so
Dude,
yeah.
that's crazy.
And then his younger brother hit on you.
Yeah. But I was like, Because even okay, I don't get this. This could be like a whole other topic, but like, you know, me and him have like an age gap.
Yeah.
But I knew at my age, at like 14, 15, like talking to somebody old or even thinking of it like that, I was like, I feel like that was wrong.
And I never, there's
No, we weren't.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
No, whatsoever. I don't think. No. Anyways, but I'm talking about this other guy that we mutually know. He was asking me to be his girlfriend when I was 14, 15, and I was just like...
And he must have been 20.
Yeah, that's why I was like, my guy, you're like 20-something.
But you knew, because some girls would be like, oh, that's so cool.
Right, I mean...
And they would go for it.
Yeah.
Hence, that's why he got punched, because...
That's why he got punched. But I also, like, I was just...
Yeah.
I think also because this is going to sound fucked up, but, like, I mostly speak English. The homie was speaking only mostly Spanish.
Yeah.
I was like, there's... I can't even communicate with you, right?
So, yeah, and those, they moved funny. Maybe not the oldest one, because, you know, I didn't see any of that, but at least the other two were, they moved fun. Actually, all three of them used to move funny. Because remember when I would always see, they would always try to talk to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, be nice to you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did that change when we started dating? Like, looking back at it, they wouldn't...
I felt like they gave me... Actually, you know, after I was just like... Because... How do I say this? I was like around 18, right?
Yeah.
So let's bring it back 2 years before, when I was like 16. I feel like that's when I started to be a little bit more attitude-y, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like they didn't like that. I feel like they are the type of guys to look for women that, like, you need to, like, be in order and, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's not me. So I felt like, okay, there's no chance that none of us can even get with her because she's a little in the head. So I felt like from there on, I was just like, okay, whatever. They would just say hi, bye, that's it. Okay. But when we started dating, I didn't feel much of a change either. I mean, they would just... I feel like I would get more respect, I guess.
Okay.
Because I was like... They obviously knew you were a little bit older than I was.
Yeah.
So...
And they knew I would throw down. Because I used to play soccer. They used to play in the leagues.
Right.
And they're like, okay, well, he's not a normal...
And they've actually seen me, like,
boy.
Be mean. Like, they
Not
all
only
knew that I had, like, anger issues, too.
I say that because there was another girl that's around your age who was dating another guy. But they wouldn't respect that. And they would always... Because that's why they would always fight a lot. They would all try to hug her and, like, carry her. And
but she allowed it.
That's what I'm saying. She allowed it.
I did not. I would just... First of all, I don't even like people touching me. That's one thing. If you go to church, you know, like, you have to do the little greet, right?
Yeah.
The little besito on the side. I don't even like doing that shit sometimes. I would just, like, air hug.
Yeah.
So, for me, I cut that shit real quick. But her, she would, like, encourage it. But
she was always like, she's that type. She was very like affectionate in a way, right? So I don't think she did it in a bad way. That's how she was.
I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm not even gonna say anything.
Wait, she might listen. That's
why I'm like,
fucking defend her. But yeah, like, but still, like, they knew the guy. They knew they were dating, and they never backed off. It was still the same. It was like their goal to get them to fight. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, so I'm gonna leave it at.
And to move on with this episode.
Anyways, yeah.
You know, the one person that does listen to the podcast, he's gonna be texting us in the group chat.
Yeah, because he doesn't really know all this because he left.
Yeah, but like he's probably gonna have questions.
Yeah, and then we'll be like, you gotta come on. He was the reason why I got like
a bad rep.
A bad rep. They thought I took him out. I was like, I'm still here. Like. Anyways, that
was funny.
Yeah. Next thing.
There's a lot of things that having a girl is making us think about. But one of the things that we both agreed on was that we definitely want her to have like a self-defense.
Oh yeah, like take self-defense class and jiu-jitsu and
even as a small kid, like, you know, like they have courses and stuff.
Yeah, because especially like growing up and then like you have all these like Andrew Tates, fucking little G's.
Yeah.
Growing up is like a bunch of little assholes walking around like.
Yeah.
Like no. Like, my daughter needs to defend herself.
If anything, she needs to be the one breaking hearts, not her heart getting
It's not
broke.
even that. It's just, she needs to, like, make sure that she's respected.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's one way or another, she'll have to earn that respect.
Yeah. Another thing we definitely want her to do is take some swimming classes. Because me and Carla...
I mean, I think we know how to survive.
We know how to float.
No, I know how to swim a little bit.
Yeah, I can't say that. I just know how to float.
But we're not diving off no dive boards
hell no.
You know, jumping
3
off cliffs.
3 feet is where I'm at.
Like, I feel like if it was like, okay, we were in a boat and I had to jump off and I had to swim, like, I would be able to do that.
You would?
Yeah.
As long as I have a life jacket, I'll be good.
Well, anybody would be good with a life jacket. I think you would be able to. You kind of know how to swim.
I know how to, like, stay on top of the
water. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So you swim a little bit, stay on top.
Yeah.
We're just not very confident with our swimming.
Right.
Because we were never taught how to swim.
Whatsoever.
So yeah, we're going to teach her how to swim.
I just kind of want to give her things that I never got, you know? Which, I mean, is the whole purpose of
life. Yeah, because, like, yeah, we're going to give her everything that we... Well, because we got a lot, though.
We did. But I'm just saying, like, there's other things that
we didn't get a lot of, like... We got a lot of, in, like, material things. But we didn't get a lot in, like, knowledge and, you know, day-to-day things. And that's something that we're finally going to be able to give to our kid. Who is... Technically would be a first generation, right? Because we're not a generation.
No, we were not born here.
Yeah. Well, we're excited. We're going to have a little no sabo kid. Which we want her to learn Spanish.
Yeah, as long as she's able to communicate with both grandmas, because they both are primary Spanish speakers.
Yeah, and then, you know, your great-grandma.
Yeah.
So, there should be some Spanish, so we'll figure that out. Mm-hmm. And definitely read. You read. So I don't think that'll be a problem. I didn't really grow up liking to read. Also,
well, you know that's funny that you mentioned that, because like with the childhood that I grew up with, my dad, again being strict, he always wanted us to read. So at first, I actually hated reading because he would force us to read. But then, like, eventually I started liking it. I found books that I enjoyed. And then when I hit the Law and Order, like the crime stuff, that's when I started getting more into crime, thriller, mystery books. So, yeah, that's where it all started.
And your dad was home?
Surprisingly, you know, the few memories that I do have, and like I know a lot of people say like, oh, you have very little memories of your childhood because it's been obviously traumatic. Yeah, I've always remembered my mom being the one to work the most.
Oh, okay. For me, like, both my parents weren't really home because they would work together. They would go to dry cleaners during the day, and they would clean buildings at night. So most of the time, we were alone, so...
But you guys were a little bit older, too.
I mean, I was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, but you had an older brother.
Yeah.
I was the oldest, and I would... If I was 6,
Yeah, like, you needed more.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, that was also a reason why, like, we had trouble doing our homework. Well, not we, because I once I found out that people were making fun of me because I was dumb. Not dumb, but I didn't speak English. So they categorized me as dumb. I was like, okay, that never again. Yeah. So I would do my homework. I would do good in school, but my brothers wouldn't. But my parents were barely ever home. So that's like, I feel like if they were home, it would be different.
Right.
To the point where we would all probably be better off.
Didn't you say, like, you want our daughter to go into one of those learning centers things? Didn't you have a friend that went to one?
Yeah, and he's really smart. But he's also, like, just a smart person.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, yeah, I would...
Like, what's the reasoning that you want her to go to it?
I want her to know that, not because I'm like, oh, I need her to be smart, but in school, you don't really learn everything. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you don't really know what you like. So I feel like that might guide her to like, oh, I really like math, or I really like science. Like I go to the classes and I really like science. Like I just want her to experience school and learning in another way.
Okay.
Instead of just learning it
at school.
From school, because sometimes like yeah, I liked math in school, but I hated going to school.
Right.
So, but I maybe I wasn't taught science the right way. So I want her to get that experience, and then I want her to have enough weapons to be like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, Not just because I'm like, oh, I need her to be smart, because I'm not gonna force anything on her. If she says like, I don't want to go, then okay, cool.
I definitely do want her to have like a voice of opinions of everything.
Yeah, like we're gonna take her opinion. Now we say that now, but I think we will keep it.
No, yeah, I definitely, especially, remember how I told you, like, especially when it comes to, like, if she doesn't feel comfortable or if she doesn't want to do something, or, like, because, like, in the Latino culture, like, you're forced to, like, say hi to every single person.
Yeah.
Like, hug them. If you don't want, I feel like, I don't know, that's just so unnecessary. I may sound rude to me, but honestly, at this point of age, like, as long as you're saying hi, show your face.
Yeah, like, if we're going to, like, my uncle's house, like, go say hi to your uncle.
Like,
That's it.
But
like,
if she feels uncomfortable, like, I want to be able to be like, all right, don't
no, but, like, let's say, like, if we're going to, like, Sebastian's house.
Yeah.
Like, all right, go say hi to go say hi to your uncle. And that's it. If you want to go say hi to other people, then, go say hi to other people.
Right.
But at least go say hi to
the host of the house. Yeah, that's fine.
But now, and I also say, like, the classes, again, I don't want to be like, I'm going to force her to go.
Right, we talked about this. Like, we're saying we want her to do, A, B, C, but, like...
And then after that, she's like, okay, I don't like it.
Exactly.
Okay, we're down. Okay. Now, I only say that because my friend that used to go there was like, he liked going there. And we're like, how the fuck do you like going to school, bro? Like, it's summer. Like, nah, like, I want to go. Because we would have plans, and it would always be after his classes are over. And he never had a problem. He was never mad. He was never like... We would sleep over, and he would go to class, and his parents would go feed us.
You would stay at his house?
Yeah, like, they would drop him off, and then they would give us breakfast. And then we would get dropped off.
That's funny.
So, their parents are very loving, too, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just wanted to give her options for her to turn down and to take some.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Just like we give Frida options. Like, she was like, I'm not going to daycare no more. I can stay by myself.
Yeah, she doesn't really like...
She doesn't like socializing.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's just definitely a scary moment being a girl. It's scarier than being a boy.
Does it make you realize, like, damn, being a girl is tougher? Before you didn't.
I always knew that, but now it's like it's more personal. Yeah. Before it was like, yeah, it's tougher being a girl, but I don't care. Like, I'm not a girl.
Right.
But now it's like, now I fucking care. Like, these fucking kids, bro. Like, they need to learn something. That's why I'm glad, like, Andrew Tate got canceled. Because I'm like, okay, everybody defending him is, like, older. Mm-hmm. And to me, I'm like, yeah, let him fucking talk. Like, he's just speaking his whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, no, like, he's creating all these little fucking monsters.
These little minions.
Because that's who it, like...
spreads the word about him, yeah.
I remember I went to Six Flags, right? Mm-hmm. And all you heard was, like, I'm top G. And it's fucking little 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds.
Oh, my God.
Who, like, give them a couple more years of them listening to that shit, they're going to be, like, smacking girls.
Brainwashed.
Asking them what their body count is. And I'm just like, bro... And then it also shows you how fake people are, because when he was, like, popping off, everybody was like, oh, he's no good, like, he's bad for society.
Yeah.
And now that he's got canceled, they're like, oh no, well, freedom of speech, like, they shouldn't I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, you were just hating on him, and you're just flip-flopping, and it's like, because I listen to podcasts, and 90% of those podcasts flipped on him. Like, oh no, they didn't like him, and now they're like, oh, why is he getting canceled? Like, Bro, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, like, just because, whatever's popular. But I stick to it. I mean, he's an asshole. He's spreading really bad things. Like, to young kids. Like, you don't want young kids growing up with that bullshit.
I feel like that's scary.
Like, they're already growing up with TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok is funny, though.
TikTok is ruining everything.
I know, it kind of is.
TikTok, with the Bad Bunny thing, did you see when people were mad at Bad Bunny because they were... they weren't being allowed in.
Yeah.
There were people. They were mad at Yankee Stadium. I'm like, no, be mad at your own fan. Like, be mad at yourselves.
Oh yeah, because a fan or a bunch of people just ran in there, and then like people
one
got-
night,
yeah.
and then the next night, like mad people ran in. So then security couldn't let them in because of
That's so.
the number of people. There's like a number. There's a limit to the number of people that could be in the
Kind
building.
of glad that I didn't go because I was about to go.
And they were crying, and they're all like, "Oh, fuck Yankee Stadium." I'm like, "No, bro. Like, they're doing their job. Like, blame your fucking Bad Bunny followers or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, bunch of idiots." Anyways, that was what I had to get it off my chest.
You feel good now?
Yes.
But anyways, it's exciting.
It's been like an hour already.
that we've been talking.
Yeah.
Wow, pounded.
So we're just gonna leave it off at we've been busy.
Yeah. Again,
No.
we don't have a consistent schedule, but
Yeah.
if you like what we talk about,
Now we had
continue to follow us.
since we know the gender, we have bought like clothes.
Yeah, some clothes.
So then we had to build it. Well, I had to build
A dresser.
that took so long.
He definitely
bro.
underestimated. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start this in a few." Mind you, it was like 7:30 at night, and then he was like,
I started like at 9.
and I remember because I was trying to stay up with you, right? And I was like, "Babe, can I go to bed?" And you were like, "Yeah." And I think that was like 10 o'clock
Yeah,
at
you
night.
probably
That's
was
the
at 10.
latest that I could have stayed up. And then you came to bed at like 12.
Yeah, like I
something.
showered, I went to bed at like 12.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, and I couldn't stop because I'm like, if I stop, like I'm gonna be tired tomorrow, and it's gonna probably be fucked up. Like I don't want to lose anything.
Because you're like in.
yeah. So then whatever, I finished it off, and the dresser looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to your mom.
Yeah. We'll try to, if you want, we'll try to do a tour of our apartment once everything's
We should.
done.
I think we're gonna start vlogging,
Yeah, we kind
at
of
least weekly vlogs.
Yeah.
Also,
can
thank you
see-
guys for watching. We are checking out.
Check it out.
Remember to follow us on YouTube.
Follow us on our TikTok. You might see some clips here and there.
You guys say the name.
I'm
What's
just-
the YouTube? Undressing the Beef.
Everything is undressing the beef.
Not TikTok. Isn't
Yes, it
TikTok just
is.
our names?
It's undressing
TikTok
the beef.
is Carlos and Vanessa.
Hold up.
So we've been messing up because I think you changed the name.
I didn't change no name.
Remember we had like,
It's undressing the beef, the handle.
oh, how come when you watch a video it says Carlos and Vanessa?
Because that's what our names are.
Oh.
But our handle is undressing the beef.
Okay, so follow us on TikTok at Undressing the Beef, Instagram Undressing the Beef.
Yeah.
Pretty much everywhere, right?
Yeah. And then if you want to follow our personals, mine is Vanessa Mayonesa for Instagram. And TikTok is Vanessa Mayonesa with a 0 on TikTok.
And my TikTok, no, just follow me on Instagram. It's Carlos with the 0. Because I don't know
And
my TikTok handle.
the mini co-host over here is Mini Miss Frida. Yo, she says Moon. Mini Miss Frida on Instagram.
And we're going to do another thing. If you live in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, hit us up
PA.
if you have DACA. Because we would love to hear your story. Because me and you have different stories
Yeah.
contained in DACA. So we just want to hear every story, put it out there. So let us know. If you have DACA, live in New York, New Jersey, hit us up. Or even Connecticut, because it's not that far. We'll figure something out to get you over here.
Yeah.
And that's it. Thank
Peace
you for
out.
watching. Goodbye.
Bye.